Alrighty, hello citizens of YouTube, welcome back to Last of Us Factions, also known as multiplayer. I know it's been quite a while. I believe the last full video I uploaded was like somewhere in the summer of 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So it has been quite a while, but in case you don't remember who I am, or you're a new viewer, my name is STR, also known as Zach. I go by STR on the internet. And I like The Last of Us multiplayer quite a bit. That's a really stupid blanket statement. But yeah, it's been a while since I've played, and I've come back because there is some news regarding Last of Us multiplayer, but not particularly with this game. As you guys might know, I'm recording this on Friday night, so this should go up like tomorrow, so it would be 2 days ago at that point. Anyway, so yesterday, at the time of recording, Naughty Dog had a little press conference in LA to show off The Last of Us 2, and there's a little bit of footage on that on the internet. I've seen like 5 minutes of somewhat cut up gameplay. I think it was like 5 different, I think it was like 5 different 1-minute segments of stuff, and it looks really good. But something that they also talked about was the multiplayer of Last of Us 2, and basically it doesn't have multiplayer, which when I first read that yesterday morning, that came as a big shock and a pretty big disappointment. I know this game is primarily... I forgot to mute people. My bad. I forgot to join a party. Whatever. But anyway, water tower, please. So, in an article with US Gamer, let me see, the lead game designer, Amelia Schatz, that's quite the last name, it's like Mike Booty from E3, so she confirmed that The Last of Us 2 is just a single-player game, and then Sony followed up confirming that with US Gamer a bit later in the day. And I woke up to this news at like 11 in the morning, and I was pretty shocked. This is my favorite multiplayer game of all time. It's not even a multiplayer game, but the multiplayer mode I think is great. It's got some bugs, it's got some netcode issues for sure, but here's the thing, it's still great, and that's all the shit that I was looking forward to seeing fixed in the sequel.
Copy.
And I'll just call it Factions 2. So waking up to that news was quite a shock. I tweeted at Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann. I was like, I really hope you guys reconsider and just add it in post-launch because I loved the first one, and I was looking forward to seeing some more. I think I was pretty respectful about it, but of course, being the internet, there are some people who were not. Some people were a bit mean about it, unfortunately. The volume in this game is a bit higher than Spider-Man. I might need to change that. Can I just turn it down from my monitor? I think I can. Right? Yes, I can.
Smoke, get in their way!
My God, so many. Oh god. Dude, do something, come on. Fire! No, not your gun. I mean, not the plank, your gun. God damn it, dude. Oh, I'm screwed. So that came as quite a shock, and the day progressed without too much of an update until later in the night, when Naughty Dog put out on Twitter, actually, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, after that statement, I went to look on LinkedIn, because I saw someone posted about LinkedIn, and there were 2 open spots at Naughty Dog for, like, multiplayer stuff, like server development and multiplayer programming, that sort of thing. So I was wondering, like, okay, are those illegitimate, or are they outdated, or are they for a game after Last of Us 2? That wouldn't really make sense. I don't think you would hire people this early on for like multiplayer shit, unless they were making a multiplayer only game, which doesn't really seem like Naughty Dog's MO, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. So I was doing all that research, and how's this guy down already? Oh, it's through the gate. Alright. So I took a look at that. Nothing else really happened throughout until later that day, where Naughty Dog put on Twitter, you know, an update about multiplayer. And they basically said, oh god.
Well, he ain't getting back up. Fire in the hole.
Oh, the trade. That sucks. That sucks. I'm gonna pull up the tweet here, see if I have time to read it. I probably don't. But let's see. They said, as the development on the evolution of factions continued, we realized that the ambition of the project was the vision of the team grew beyond an additional mode that could be included with our enormous single-player campaign. As such, wanting to support both versions, we made the difficult choice that Last of Us Part 2 would not include an online mode. However, you will eventually experience the fruit of the team's online ambition, but not as part of The Last of Us 2. Is there a Molotov coming over here?
Okay, got it.
Actually, I should put on some armor. Oh my god. What the hell? No, 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 no. Oh. Ooh.
Out of ammo!
Ah, fuck. Out of my way, you fucking... God damn it. Don't even. Don't even. Don't even. So they said that we will be able to experience their work, just not as part of The Last of Us 2. When and where it will be realized is something we do not yet know. I'm kind of paraphrasing the exact quote. But rest assured, we are big fans of factions, as the rest of our community, and we are excited to share more when it's ready. So, I think... Let's see here. So what I think that means is that the multiplayer wasn't going to be ready in time for the launch, and so they had to, you know, cut it / delay it. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, this is gonna suck. So what I'm guessing happened... Oh no, 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 no. Oh god. Ah, that was a dumb idea. It's okay. Yeah, that was a shitty group anyway. So I'm guessing they did some development on it, but it wasn't gonna be ready for launch, so they decided to delay it. And now what I think is going to happen, one of a few things could happen. It could either come as a paid expansion for Last of Us 2, or it could be a free-to-play standalone thing. Or, what should I do here? Let's just do revives, I don't really need that. Let's go to supply raid. Or, here's something really crazy. It could launch with the PS5, and it could be... Oh, hey, water tower again. Okay. you guys might know Tetris 99 on the Switch. It was a totally free to play game that came with Nintendo's online service. So it's like if you have Nintendo Online, then you can just access Tetris 99 and play it. That might be what happens. I think that's the least likely scenario, but it's possible. Maybe they call it Factions 2, and if you have PlayStation Plus and a PlayStation 5, then you can play that, and it won't be on the PS4. I mean, releasing a multiplayer mode this late in a game's life, or I mean, this late in a console's life, maybe not the best idea. I mean, they did do it for the PS3, but then the PS4 came out like 6 or 7 months later, and the remaster came out a little more than a year later, and that really helped out the multiplayer community. It definitely kept it going more than the PS3 version did. So yeah, I do believe that a good chunk of the multiplayer was developed, and I'm sure it's ready it's not ready, but I'm sure it's developed in some state, but it wasn't completely ready to launch with Last of Us 2. So what I think is going to happen, they're going to do what they did in the past with some of the older Uncharted games, and they'll just make the multiplayer a free-to-play standalone thing, which I believe they did eventually with both Uncharted 2 and 3. I don't think Uncharted 1 had any multiplayer, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, but I think that was a single player only game. At least I downed him. Yeah, just based on that pattern of behavior, and I do understand it's been a long time since those games came out, so, policies could have changed, people's looks on that within Naughty Dog could have changed. I'm just gonna steal that execution, I hope you don't mind. Oh, what the hell? Where'd that come from?
Got it. Fire in the hole!
Okay, that was really dumb. That one guy keeps trying to join and leave the game. In fact, a lot of people do. Okay. I guess the host left. Or... oh, sweet. Then I have to readjust my earpiece again. So, what I think is going to happen, I think about a year from now, somewhere near the end of 2020. Oh shit, I can't mute anybody. That kind of sucks. I'll just create a party. Don't want to hear that shit. I think it's going to be free to play, since Naughty Dog has done that in the past, and free to play stuff is getting really big nowadays. Just take a look at Apex Legends and Fortnite. I think PUBG has a free to play mode, if I'm not mistaken. And by making it free to play, there's less of a barrier to entry. Therefore, the community could stay alive longer than it has. I mean, it's still alive nowadays in the first game and this, but it's just not nearly. Oh, for God's sake! I think by making it free to play, you have more players who can access it, and therefore you can keep the community alive a lot longer, which is going to be a great thing, obviously. The thing about attaching a multiplayer mode to a single player game is that, when the hype for the single player game dies down, a lot of the community for multiplayer will go away too. I mean, I'm sure people are still playing the Uncharted multiplayer today, but just not to the extent that they were in like 2016 or 2017 or even, 2018. So making it free to play, people can jump in just whenever. I'm sure they'll make it. I'm sure they'll put microtransactions. That's what you do for free to play. I get that. I just hope there's no loot boxes. I do not like loot boxes. I feel that they're a form of gambling, but That's just my opinion, I guess. I hated the fact that they were in Uncharted 4, and even before the news came out yesterday about what you just told me I could buy armor. You piece of shit. You liar. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. Oh god. What? Does that seem legitimate to you? Alright. Well, that kind of sucks. Please help? Oh, we're so screwed. Well, fuck. Even before the news about no multiplayer at launch came yesterday, I was afraid there would be loot boxes in The Last of Us 2. I just love this multiplayer so much, and thinking that there would be a sequel to it with fucking gamble boxes in it, I just kind of hate that idea. So, are you kidding me? Who is that? Who is that, huh? Who's the fucking hacker? Who is that? Who cares? Okay. God damn it. I am cursed recording today. I recorded 3 videos earlier, and I recorded 3 videos earlier today. I lost the audio for all of them. Then I was playing Spider-Man again earlier, re-recording the footage. It ended early because I ran out of space on my laptop. Had to empty my fucking recycle bin. Oh my god, now we have a hacker. I don't know if he's out of bounds, like, intentionally, or if it was a glitch. But that sucks. Either way, I'm just gonna hide here and finish my conversation because fuck it. Just fuck it. I mean, I might shoot every so often, but like that. I know I stole your kill, I don't care. So, I really hope loot boxes won't be in it. If they sell weapons, I always prefer free-to-play games do not sell weapons. Because that's, you know, gameplay affecting thing, and I don't like it when developers / publishers sell that. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, fucking 0 bars. No wonder he headshot me in like half a second. Naughty Dog, they have sold weapons before, like in Uncharted 4's loot boxes, and I didn't like it then. I definitely wouldn't like it with Last of Us 2, which I care even more about. Unfortunately, I just wouldn't be surprised if they did it, just based on past behavior. So yeah, I do wonder about the monetization. I feel like with all the renewed talks about loot boxes recently, they might just go with, you know, they might just go with simple paid stuff like they do in this game, where you know what you're buying. I'm not going to play another match. I'm just going to finish my conversation. I'm cursed to record today. Okay, where was I? I was talking about fucking monetization. If it were just cosmetics, that'd be great, but I don't see why they would go from selling guns in this game to just cosmetics in the next one. Like, that wouldn't really make sense. So we'll have to see how monetization works out. There's also the idea of... So, the tweet said it wouldn't be Last of Part of Us 2. Depending how you take that statement, that could mean that it's not going to be a paid expansion. Because, I mean, that would be considered part of it, right? I mean, I consider, you know, The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine to be part of The Witcher 3. It's not a standalone product like, Blood Dragon. Yes, that's a standalone. Uncharted The Lost Legacy, that's a standalone, which also gave you access to the multiplayer, so that's something to keep in mind. Maybe they would have a single player expansion like Left Behind. Did I say Lost Legacy for Uncharted earlier? I hope I did. I might have said Left Behind by accident, but you guys know what I mean. The L expansion. um, yeah, maybe maybe Factions 2 will come with some sort of story DLC. That'd be kind of interesting. It could also be that they spin it off into its own game, which would be really interesting. I mean, even if they did make like a new IP with Factions 2, like they called it something else, and if they had like the gunplay of, Last of Us 2 in it, that'd be really interesting. I would prefer that it stay in the world of The Last of Us. I would hope they wouldn't really make a new IP out of it. But if they do, I mean, if it still has the gunplay and stuff we would be expecting from this game mode, then, I mean, that's a good thing. I really do want it to take place in the universe, but we'll have to see what happens. It's mostly out of my hands, It can still feel like Last of Us without being called Last of Us, or Factions, or Factions 2 or whatever. So yeah, that's the news on The Last of Us multiplayer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try uploading about one of these per week for right now. I'm still on I'm on a shorter upload schedule than I used to be, trying to avoid getting burned out, and I'm a busy guy. So, hope you enjoy the videos, and hopefully Last of Us Factions 2 does eventually come to pass. I think it will. Since they put that message on Twitter, I doubt they would just cancel it completely. I'm glad they're holding on to it and saying that it will come eventually. It was a real heartbreak yesterday morning when I heard it wasn't going to be a thing. I'm glad they corrected that. And, yeah, hopefully Factions 2 is good. I have to wait longer than I thought. That's unfortunate. But I will wait for great things, like the sequel to my favorite multiplayer game ever. Thank you all for watching, and have yourself a good day, or night, or whenever you're watching this. Take care.